Okay, I guess I'm recording.
All right, you sure are. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. Our team and our friends here, we're all glad that you joined us. It's great to see your faces, or if we don't see your faces, we're just so happy that you're here with us and able to share what I hope is going to be some exciting information. So we really do appreciate you being here. We have a lot to share with you in a short amount of time. So if it's at all possible, just can you remove any distractions, turn off the sounds on your devices, close any extra tabs that might pop up and give you notifications, whatever you need to do so that you can just really be present here and receive this fabulous information that we're going to share. And what we're sharing tonight is something that we believe in 100%, and we want to make sure that you're able to just hear it all and receive it all. So I'm really excited you're all here in case you didn't get that already. And so let's get right to it. We are ready to share this information that is powerful and is going to provide solutions for so many people to just live their best lives. And I'm curious, and everyone should usually, I think everyone's muted, which is good, but you can raise your hands. When you were growing up, were you raised to be taught that fruits and vegetables were good for you? I only see a few hands. I think most of us were raised to be taught that fruits and vegetables are good for us. Or maybe your mom always told you eat your vegetables, or you heard things like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Can anybody relate to that? Probably. So, but maybe even though you were told to eat your fruits and vegetables, maybe you were not really taught about nutrition in your home. Maybe it wasn't really an issue or a topic that you talked about with your family. Did anybody actually talk about nutrition growing up? Not many people did, especially when we were younger. It wasn't as much of a topic as it is today. Well, whichever scenario fits you, I doubt that many of us truly learn just how powerful food is for fueling and healing our bodies. And even if we do know how important eating lots of fruits and vegetables is, it can be very difficult to eat enough of what we need from day to day. So imagine how you would feel if you or everyone in your family were able to get a variety of fruits and vegetables into your bodies every single day without having to go grocery shopping, without gagging because the vegetables taste disgusting. Let's be honest, don't blame it on your kids. Some of you do that too. So wouldn't that be a great vision, to be able to just get all that plant food in your body every day without even tasting it? What we're going to do, and I'm going to ask you while we tune in here to hear this woman talk, if you have any questions that come up, there's no need to unmute yourselves. Just go to the chat box. We've already practiced using the chat box, so just go to the chat box. If you have a question, type it in, and at the end, we're going to address all of your questions. And I think that's it. So for now, let's tune in to pharmacist and mom, Michala Petersen. She's going to break it down for all of us. And then when she's done, we'll talk a little bit personally with you and then answer all of your questions. All right. Are we ready? Give me a thumbs up if we're ready. All right, ladies. Thank you.
Sierra Summit. So my name is Michala Petersen, and I am a pharmacist, ranch wife, mom of 4, cancer coach, and international marketing director from Central Nebraska. And I can't wait to talk to you today about simple solutions with a different perspective. So these people are my why, my 4 kiddos, Micah, Marley, Merrick, and Madden. They range in ages from 12 to 6. And of course, my husband, who I've been with since I was 15 years old. So more life spent with him than without. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of our story weaved throughout this presentation. And so just buckle up. So the best part about the Juice Plus company, in my opinion, is that we offer solutions. Did you know that 1 in 10 Americans don't eat enough fruits and vegetables? And I was one of those people. I certainly wasn't told in pharmacy school that a serving of produce is a fist size and that you need 7 to 13 servings every day. And although I thought we ate healthy, we certainly didn't get the variety. And my attitude was always, if they could just fit all of this into a capsule, life would be great. So you can imagine my excitement when a pharmacist that I played volleyball with in college and also went to pharmacy school with introduced me to Juice Plus. And she said it so simply, it just bridges the gap between what we do eat, which was the picture on the left for me, honestly, and what we should eat. And aren't we all better off because we know that? So this is a fun little did you know fact sheet. So did you know that beets are a natural antidepressant? Did you know that kale has 50% more calcium than milk? Did you know that oranges are high in vitamin C and have every known class of cancer inhibitor? That fact is near and dear to my heart because I work very closely with several cancer patients in helping them realize how nutrition can impact outcomes. And I love that fact. Tomatoes reduce the risk of skin, pancreatic, bladder, and prostate cancer. Pineapple is your best anti-inflammatory and actually has 500% more bromelain than any over-the-counter or prescription cough medication. And so in the blue box at the bottom, did you know that eating 6 servings of fruits and vegetables daily cuts stroke rate by 44%? But if you up that to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables daily, you cut stroke rate by 66%. And so how cool is it that every single one of these ingredients listed is in Juice Plus? Not only just the fruit or the veg, but the skin, the peel, and the seeds. So we are so blessed to be able to share an amazing product. So obviously we all probably know, if you're in this room, what Juice Plus is. And how many of you get people that you talk to and they say, oh, I already eat healthy? Well, this was me 7 years ago. I ate healthy. And when I get that, I say to people, you know, I felt the same way, except I knew that I didn't eat cherry, apple, beet, peach, pineapple, lemon peel, cranberry, date, orange, mango, prune, broccoli, cabbage, parsley, carrot, garlic, kale, spinach, tomato, artichoke, bilberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, cranberry, elderberry, blueberry, cocoa, concord, grape, pomegranate, and raspberry on a weekly basis, let alone a daily basis. And I for sure cannot get that variety of produce into my children. So Juice Plus made sense to me right off the bat. I really didn't expect results because, to me, knowing that 75% of prevention of disease is preventable is huge. And I really just wanted the peace of mind to go to bed at night and know that my kids got what they needed to get, regardless of if they ate a corn dog at school or whatever happened during that day, right? So I love that that's what we offer. We really offer peace of mind, and this is God's pharmacy in a capsule. So I didn't expect results, but when I had improved energy, my husband didn't have the pain and inflammation that he used to, or as bad as he used to, in his leg from a former injury, I knew that I needed to dive into the research, which is my favorite part now. And I never intended to share Juice Plus, but once I read The Birth of Juice Plus, I messaged a mom of a kid with cancer that is from our hometown. And her message back to me was one of those messages, we've all gotten them, that absolutely rocked me to the core. And she said, how long have you known about this? And why wouldn't you have told me sooner? And that was the day that I realized that as a pharmacist, I took an oath to do no harm. And by sitting on these amazing products, I absolutely was doing harm. So solution number 1 is the one simple change of Juice Plus. We all know about solution number 2, the Juice Plus Complete Shakes. And you can read these. You've seen this slide, all of the buzzwords. As a pharmacist, I was always looking for something that was studied in pregnant women, cancer patients, and kids. And I had never found anything that had checked all of those boxes. So you can imagine my excitement when I dove into the Juice Plus research and realized that even the Complete was studied in cancer patients, pregnancy, and kids. So I love that. I'm going to be totally raw and real with you here. Before we started with Juice Plus, I hated shakes. I am one of those that kind of likes to drink or eat my calories rather than drink them. And I had never found a shake that I liked. However, my good friend said, well, you need to be a product of the product. And if you're sharing anything, you need to share everything. So you need to try some Complete. And I started slowly. I started with making protein balls in the center picture there. My kids loved them. Then I graduated to the cookie dough and the pudding. And what do you know? We know that, our tastes change and our taste buds roll over really quickly. And within a few weeks, I was absolutely loving and my body was craving the Complete shakes. So absolutely love those. Won't go a day without them. And gearing up for what we've been through the last 3 months, that was one thing that, other people were buying different things. I was stocking up on Complete. So we've got quite a surplus. And actually, the Tower Garden is how we came into the business. Where we live in the middle of Nebraska, and we have 5-foot bull snakes. And I can tell you that I would plant a huge garden, and then I would see the first bull snake, and that is the last time that I would go in that garden. So when I found out about a Tower Garden, I was instantly intrigued. And I knew everything about them by the time my friend shared one on Facebook. So for all of you that are like, I don't really dig Facebook events, or I don't think I'm good at Facebook events, I came in through a Facebook event. So that's a little nugget that not many people know. So I love the Tower Gardens. We have them in nursing homes and schools, and they come with a curriculum, which I'm sure you've heard about. And right now, I actually have 2 inside that are chock full of greens with produce to bless our neighbors and our friends with, which is so fun. So dive into the Tower Garden website, learn the Tower Garden, because they are totally the wave of the future. And there is a reason that our sales went up almost 100% from March to April, because people are very concerned with wanting to grow their own produce right now. So get involved with Tower Garden if you aren't. Okay, so now this is our third solution, or fourth solution, I guess, which would be the skinny on fats. So I want to just give a little in-service really quick about omegas and why we need omegas. So did you know that the brain is 60% fat? Fat is the building block for hormones and cholesterol. Omegas decrease inflammation. They help heart health and brain health and skin health. They're an overall lubricant, both via, eyes, personal lubricant, joint lubricant, you name it. They improve, or they help the eyes and reduce complications associated with the eyes. They also help with the absorption of nutrients. So if you're deficient in fats, you're not going to absorb the fat soluble vitamins like you could be. So those fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, and K. And we know that good fats also improve the immune system. So let's talk for a second about signs of omega deficiency. Things like depression, arthritis, weight gain, heart disease, brain fog, skin issues, memory loss, eyesight issues, dry eyes and skin, and fatigue are all symptoms of omega deficiency. So I want you to think about right now, who do you know in your life that is omega deficient? Because that is a pretty comprehensive list. And I'm sure we all know people in our world that are exhibiting some of those things and could be improved with the addition of omegas. So our last solution is our plant-based omega. And this is a concert blend of omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, which we'll talk about in just a minute. You can see it's all plants in the ingredients. And it really supports a broad array of health benefits, especially heart, brain, joint, skin, and eyes. We just had some really exciting research released on this that showed that, the Juice Plus omegas do twice as much in half the time as other omegas. So I love that it's plant-based. I love that it's pure and sustainable. I love that nobody has fish burps with the omegas. And that's what I use for skincare. I bite open an omega. I use it for moisturizer. I've noticed that my skin isn't as sunburnt as it used to be, even if I'm in the sun. I've noticed that our joints are improved. The brain fog is greatly improved. I've noticed a difference in my kids in how they think and act. And I can tell, definitely can tell when we run out of omegas. They're also cold pressed. And as a pharmacist, I knew that omegas were good for us, but I had never found one that wasn't heated to a high temperature. And if you know anything about heating oils, you know that in the heating process, the oil is degraded, but the toxicity isn't. So the heavy metals that are present in the fish oil are not degraded. So you're still getting that toxicity. So I love that we have state-of-the-art technology in the cold pressed capsules. So let's talk for a second about the benefits of each of the concert blends, because most of the omegas on the market are just omega-3s, which are great. They help with depression, skin, eyes, and brain health. But omega 5, 6, 7, and 9 also do great things, such as omega 5 helps maintain a healthy weight. They also help cardiovascular health, blood sugar, reduce menopause symptoms. Jot down how many people you know need help in that department, right? Omega 6 helps nerve pain, cardiovascular health, and bone health. I'm a testament of this. I broke my leg pretty badly, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. I took 4 doses of Juice Plus every day, 5 doses of Juice Plus some days, and I took at least 3 doses of omegas. And I was full weight bearing 4 weeks before I was supposed to be. So I know the omegas helped with that. I know Juice Plus helped with that, along with, you know, my diet and that I was resting and taking care of myself. Omega 7 promotes bowel regularity and weight loss. Omega 9 helps cardiovascular systems, including healthy cholesterol, improved immune function, more energy, better mood, and blood sugar levels. So we all know that Juice Plus is unique. It's really unique in 3 ways. Number 1, it's food, not a multivitamin. It has a food label, no additives, made with all the buzzwords as we've talked about. Number 2, it's NSF certified. And if you don't know what NSF certification means, it means number 1, what's on the label is actually in the product. Number 2, there's nothing additional in the product that's not on the label. So no heavy metals, molds, fungus, you know, anything like that. And number 3, it does no harm. So whatever, I encourage all of our customers, whatever supplements you're taking, hopefully there's not any besides Juice Plus, but in the beginning there might be, check for that NSF certification. And we know that it's NSF certified so that athletes, including professional athletes, which many of them back Juice Plus, they're safe to take it because they know on a drug test that they are going to be totally clean. And finally, it is the most thoroughly researched brand name nutritional product in the world. And you don't have to believe me. Hold down the home button on your phone and ask Suri, because she's going to tell you. And according to my kids, Suri knows everything. Okay, so we're going to shift the perspective a little bit here. You can either hear research and you can be the geeky guy on the left, which is like, ooh, me, sign me up, tell me everything. Or you could be me the day that I broke my leg, and you could rather have a broken leg than actually diving into the research. And I love this picture because my husband is like, oh my gosh, what has just happened to our family? So anyway, so let's dive in here. So we know that Juice Plus is the most thoroughly researched product in the world. We have more than 40 individual Juice Plus clinical studies that have been conducted by researchers at leading hospitals. And you can look at this world body of research here and know that it's a reputable, it's a reputable body of research. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through a few of my favorite studies. But not only that, how you can relate those to the prospects that you're talking to or the customers that you're talking to. So obviously these are all, these are the body systems that are impacted by Juice Plus. Look what happens in the body when you eat it. We know that it improves cardiovascular wellness, supports the immune system, improves gum tissue, reduces oxidative stress, reduces inflammation, protects DNA, promotes healthier skin. And we know that everyone on the face of this planet has one of those systems that could be improved. So if we learn to tell our stories from a research-backed perspective, think about how many more people we can appeal to, right? So the first one is the microvascular circulation study. And I'm going to tell you kind of the nuts and bolts of the studies so you kind of get an idea of what they are. But then I'm going to tell you how I talk to other people about these studies. So we know that this was a 12-week study, that blood flow was increased by 39%. Hydration was increased by 9%, skin thickness increased by 6%, and skin density was increased by 16%. So write down on your notes, who do you know that needs blood flow to be increased by 39%? This was a microvascular circulation study. So when we think microvascular circulation, we think kidneys, skin, erectile dysfunction, eyes, and nerve health, right? So imagine those people in your life that need blood flow to increase by 39%, right? I can't tell you the number of older gentlemen that I've gotten that have loved Juice Plus because of the blood flow being increased, right? So we love that. We have research to back that up. So whether it's somebody, with any of these issues, we know that there's not a person on the planet that can't benefit by increased blood flow, right? Okay, so the next one is one of my favorite studies. And this study was conducted at the University of Maryland. It's called the Fast Food Study. It was a 28-day study. And what I love about this study is that this study was conducted because a group of physicians approached Juice Plus and said, we know that the majority of heart attacks happen after a high-fat meal. Will you study it? So they brought in a population, they tested their blood pressure, fed them all the same high-fat meal, which happened to be a McDonald's breakfast. Full disclosure, I used to eat breakfast burritos from McDonald's almost every day in pharmacy school, and then took their blood pressure again. What they found was a 50% vasoconstriction that lasted 4 hours. So they sent 3 groups home, the placebo group, the fruit and the veg group, and the fruit, veg, and berry group. Brought them back at 28 days, did the same thing, blood pressure, high fat meal, blood pressure. The placebo group was exactly the same. The fruit and the vegetable group showed a 62% reduction in vasoconstriction. But even more impressive than that was that the fruit, the veggie, and the berry group showed less than 2% vasoconstriction. So I use this study all the time because this study is the reason that, in my opinion, every single person, including kiddos on the Children's Health Study, should be on the berries. Because as a mom that's busy and my kids are in gymnastics and volleyball and all sorts of things, if I know that I can be human, because we all are, and every once in a while buzz them through a fast food restaurant and know that because of the fruit and veg and berry and this study, it's essentially as if they hadn't even eaten that high fat meal. Why wouldn't I want to do that for my family? So number 1, we have cardiovascular health in our family history. But number 2, I'm real and I want to prevent whatever I possibly can. And this study shows what happens to the cardiovascular system when you load it with fruits and vegetables and berries, right? Okay, so the next study that we're going to talk about is the immune studies. There were actually 4 published peer-reviewed clinical studies done to show what Juice Plus does to impact the immune system at 4 different institutions, 4 different types of subjects: healthcare professionals, athletes, law students, and older people. And by older people, it's defined as 60 to 86 years old. And all 4 studies showed the benefits to the immune system by adding Juice Plus compared to the placebo. My favorite, and the one that I can relate to the most people, is the 80-day study. And what this showed was that at 80 days, the T and the B cells were brought back into balance. And those are the guys that we worry about in an autoimmune condition. Usually that ratio is off. And I like to tell people that when that ratio is off, your body should work like a well-oiled machine, but instead it works like a kindergarten classroom without any teachers. And in my particular case, I say that it functions like a Petersen household trying to get ready for church on a Sunday morning, right? There's too many too many soldiers and not enough sergeants. And so that is, though that ratio is brought back into balance at just 80 days. But as someone who works with a lot of cancer patients and wants to prevent cancer, you know, the rate of cancer is 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will get cancer in their lifetime. And the little yellow guy in the middle of the screen, those little cells are called natural killer cells. And those are like the Pac-Man that roam around and eat cancer cells. And at just 80 days, those little guys were increased so impressively. So anytime we can have more natural killer cells that are going to eat those irregularly growing cells, we have a better chance to fight off what we need to in the future. And then the last study that we're going to talk about is the Healthy Starts for Families study. And, you know, this is as easy as sending a picture of these results. My favorite thing to send to prospects is just the ingredients list of the fruits and vegetables, because most people look at that and go, yep, I'm not getting enough of that, neither are my kids. And it's the icing on the cake when they realize that with their order, they can sponsor a child age 4 through full-time college students to receive Juice Plus at no cost to them for up to 4 years. So these are some of the results. 60% were missing fewer days of school. This is just after 1 year of consuming Juice Plus. 56% were taking fewer over-the-counter and or prescription medications. How exciting. 71% were drinking more water. 66% were visiting the doctor less, and my family fits right into this camp. We used to be in the doctor's office every other month. And since we have been on Juice Plus and have made the one simple changes that we know about through this awesome community, we've had 2 sick visits in the last 6 years. So I'm not saying that's typical for everyone, but that's our family's story. Way, way, way less doctor's visits, which I love. 71% were consuming less fast food and soft drinks because it just doesn't taste as good as it used to, right? Our tastes change. And 61% were eating more fruits and vegetables. I love the resources that we get to provide people, from the personalized support to the fun health events online. If you have not been to the Healthy Living Revolution and clicked on the resources to find the trending health topics and the educational tools, the cookbooks, all sorts of things. My kids love the Start Strong program. Check it out. It is one of the best resources that we have. And the best part about this whole thing is that it just keeps getting better. You look at where we've been as a company over the last year even. We have a new compensation plan that is simpler than it ever has been. 5 different ways to earn. Over $109,000 in title rewards. We have the Come Join Us Blitz that was in April, that each person within the Juice Plus community could bring on 1 new person with an added bonus if they got to QSC in a certain amount of time. That increased our reps or our partners by over 7,000, which is awesome. We had the best month ever company-wide. We now have the Add More Good campaign, which is from June 1st through September 30th to add more to a person's family health study, which is a free bag of Complete. Then we have our All Things Digital that are going to launch in August, as well as global expansion to Mexico and Portugal. And if you click on the Freedom Revolution, you now see that there are Spanish subtitles for the videos. So that's opened a whole new world to us. So after hearing all of this, write down a list of who you know that you could share the research with for Juice Plus. Who do you know that needs more immune support? I think that's all of us. Who do you know that needs cardiovascular protection or eats fast food a lot? Who do you know that needs improved blood flow? Who do you know that could benefit from the results of the family health study? Or who do you know that needs a supplemental income, that needs a healthy community, or that just needs a body to love them for who they are? Fortunately for us, we've got solutions for all of those problems. So thank you so much for getting on with me today and letting me share my heart with you. Hopefully you gained a new perspective, and I'm so sorry I couldn't be with you there live, but thank you for letting me share my heart. Thanks so much, everybody.
Oh, I lost it. Hold on. I'm coming. Wow, that was powerful information, truly. First, I need to do a quick apology. We were having a little glitch with our Zoom, not being able to get rid of that little black spot, and that kept popping up in our slides. So I do apologize for that. Technology at its best, right? But I know I am so grateful for that information that Michala just shared with us. And, you know I could already think of people that I need to make sure that here's this presentation. And I'm sure that you probably thought the same way. I know my family and I, we use all of the products and we're very grateful, especially, just the thought of knowing I'm a nurse and just the thought of knowing that all those fruits and vegetables are flowing through my body every single day, even when life gets busy or, whatever comes up. And I just traveled, these last 4.5 days and I didn't probably eat the best, but I felt grateful that I at least had my Juice Plus to rely on. So before I go any further, I wanted to ask my dear friend to share her own story with us. And so will you please share your story?
Yes. Thank you, Joanne. I'm Judy Meyer, and I'd love to just share a little bit of my Juice Plus journey with everyone. 9 years ago, my life looked so much different than it does today. I was the person that always I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I struggled with having bronchitis, tonsillitis, and strep throat as a child and on into my adult years. And because of that, I was taking prescription drugs every 3 to 4 months. And then at the age of 30, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer. And 6 years later, melanoma. So throughout this time, I knew I needed to do something to improve my immune system, but just really wasn't quite sure what that would look like. I had been doing what I thought I should. I was taking all of these natural vitamin supplements, but nothing seemed to help me. So I started to do a little research on my own, and everything that I would find and read, it would always say, you change your diet. You need to eat more raw fruits and vegetables and less sugar. Well, thankfully, my sister-in-law shared a simple way of flooding my body with plant-based nutrition for every single day. And when she shared that, I thought, this sounds too good to be true. And yet it was exactly what I was looking for. Something that would help to improve my immune system and hopefully turn off those cancer genes. Now, I know that Juice Plus is not a cure-all, but it does give me a peace of mind knowing that I am putting the best nutrition I possibly can into my body. And it also gives me so much hope. The world we live in, where cancer and other diseases are so rampant, hope really is something we all could use. So I am grateful to get to pay it forward and share this with others. I will never be without my Juice Plus. It has not just changed my life, but I really feel it has saved my life. So I just want to thank all of you for letting me share just a little bit of my story tonight. So I'll give it back to you, Joanne.
Judy, you are truly amazing. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us. That is amazing. Thank you again. Obviously, if this is making sense to any of you, you have 3 options to get started. So first, you can consider what decision might be best for you. First option is you can just become a customer. Most people are. It's super simple, and whoever invited you can help you place your order tonight over the telephone. It takes like literally 2 minutes. The second option is that the same thing. You can become a customer, but you can also sponsor a child. I think all of us can agree that we know somebody age 4 through college who can get fruits and vegetables for free. And that's what I love about this company. One of the 20 million things that I love is that they're willing to invest in children's health, which I think is very important. Third option is I think is the best option, is you can become your own customer. And that's what I did when I first started. Of course, we will take great care of you. But why not just take your own orders into your own hands? And if you're going to get everything that I'm eating just by adding Juice Plus to your family's diet, then it makes sense to help somebody else do the exact same thing, which I love. I remember when I first started taking Juice Plus, and my friend that introduced it to me, and she kept saying, you know, you keep sending me all these people. And I go, but because everybody needs to know about Juice Plus. And she's like, but you can just help them do it yourself. When I finally got the bigger picture than I did. And I haven't changed my mind since, and I've loved it. And with that, you know, you get a check from the company, a thank you, saying a thank you basically for investing in other people's health and sharing it with them. And then you'll get the sales profit off your order. So you will get a forever discount. Who doesn't love discounts, especially as we get into the holiday season? That little extra money can be very helpful. And so whatever choice that you make and sounds best for you, just let the person know who invited you, and they'll definitely connect with you within the next 24 hours or even tonight and how they can best serve you. I really appreciate each of you, and I want to thank you for the time that you took to be on this call and learn more about how you can do simple solutions that you can do to add to you and your family's health. So at this time, I just want to ask, does anybody have any questions that we can help you with? If anybody wants to unmute themselves and ask questions, we're happy to help. I love it. No questions? Woohoo!
I have a question. I do have a question. How does this work with keto? Like, are there carbs? Is there sugar in it?
There is not, because you think about the fruits and vegetables, they've been dried at that very low temp. So all that sugar has been neutralized, okay? So it's in the digestion. So it's not, there's no calories to it. Now, if you have the gummies, because we have capsules or gummies, I think the gummies have, I mean, very low. I want to even say, I mean, I can't even think offhand without looking at it, but I want to say less than 1 gram of sugar maybe. Which is very low. So,
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, and that's a great question. A lot of people ask that, you know, and you look at all the ingredients, whether it be our fruits and vegetables, the berries and omegas, and then our plant-based complete, and then our bars, they're really all very low sugar, but you got to remember what kind of sugar they are, because they're the sugar that metabolizes, you know, in your system without that spike of blood sugar. And that's what I like. Especially, I do appreciate that as a nurse.
Yeah. Okay. Because I have diabetes, and so I don't want to have any sugar.
Yeah,
but...
absolutely. No,
okay.
I mean, that's truly what I love about it. And I have several of my own customers that are diabetics, and, you know, that's one thing that they have really loved, and their blood sugars have even stabled out for a lot of them.
Okay. And then the other question I had, if I buy the Juice Plus for myself, can I sponsor my own child for the free?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
you can. And
okay.
Stacy, did Dawn Marie invite you?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And she will help you with that with
okay.
no problem. She could definitely help you with that.
Okay.
Which is really awesome, because, and that's what I said, this is such a great program because you're investing in your own health. But what about your kids? Because I know a lot of people out there that take supplements, but then their kids don't have anything. Well,
right.
I wouldn't want their kids taking 99.9% of the supplements out there, because they're not very good for them. But this is very safe because it's just fruits and vegetables.
Okay. Awesome.
Great question. Yes, Miss Jake Durr.
I'd like to add a little something for Stacy as a diabetic. There are doctors within our Juice Plus community who recommend diabetics all take Juice Plus because they can't eat some of the produce that because of the sugar amounts. And then since there is no sugar in Juice Plus, they can get the nutrients that are so beneficial, and especially with the cardiovascular benefits. Most diabetics have difficulty with that blood flow to the extremities. Well, with Juice Plus, it helps to dilate the blood vessels, which can help improve the blood flow and hopefully help to more minimize the damage that the diabetes does. And then the omegas, I have known numerous people who have had incredible eye benefits. So I would definitely recommend that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Great questions. Thank you, Jake, for chiming in that. And the other thing I'll just add with that, one of the top gastroenterologists that does the stomach surgeries, to lose weight, the stomach stapling or the reduction, they mandate all of their patients be on Juice Plus at least 4 months prior to them having that surgery, which I think is awesome because it's really about getting that good nutrition into your body. Well, thank you all. You've all been such a great audience, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said, you can get with the person who invited you if you have any other questions. So thank you, and I hope you all have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you for joining us.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us tonight.
Dawn
you,
Marie,
boys.
we'll talk tomorrow, okay?
Sounds beautiful, Stacy. Thank you.
All right. So see you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.